Welcome back to our YouTube channel. Today I wanted to talk about what to monitor on your diesel pickup. Yes, there's several monitors out there. We're going to show you two for the 6.0 Power Stroke. The Edge works on pretty much any vehicle out there. It's honestly the best there is on the market, solely because it can see more data than anything else out there. There are other options out there, such as, I think it's Torque Pro app is what other folks use, and that works really well as well. And you'll want to use this kind of as a layout to look at what you're wanting to look at. I don't use it. I use an Edge. So let's go over the Edge CTS3 and show you guys what I watch in my personal trucks, okay? So this is my 2006 Harley-Davidson Edition 6.0 Power Stroke. So we're gonna bring up our gauges and our data logging first. Sometimes it does take a little bit to load. Do 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 do. Alrighty, on my truck, and you can see this right here, I have Thickum voltage, Thickum main internal voltage that is, and it is a little weak, yes, okay, that's just cause to pay attention. I can almost guarantee by wintertime I'll be putting a Thickum in this thing. Engine coolant temp, engine oil temp, transmission fluid temp, boost, battery voltage, load, ICP voltage, what gear I'm in, and my exhaust back pressure. Now you can swipe this and you can see other gauges, other layouts, whatever one you want to call that, or you can go to this and I can add even more. Okay, this is probably going to be the most on your screen available, and you can go through and you just click on this bad boy right here, and you'll be able to double tap that, load, and go in here and find which one you want to look at. So say I want to look at transmission fluid temp on that one. Now if you add auxiliary gauges to the Edge through the comp system, it is probably a good idea to use this bigger display here because there's plenty of information, or you can just remove one of the others because you don't always need all of them. The Edge is a really cool system because you can add an EGT probe, and with the proper setup you can add a fuel pressure gauge to this bad boy for the 6.0 Power Stroke. That's huge because in our 6.0 Power Strokes we don't have any way to watch low pressure fuel pressure. Most pickup trucks don't actually have that. They just have a sensor that says when it's low. For instance, the 6.7 Power Stroke, it just says that it's low. If you have a common rail system pickup truck, I would definitely, you wouldn't need this guy right here, ICP voltage. That's kind of like our fuel pressure, and on a 6.0, kind of, I say. That's not fuel pressure, but that's our rail pressure per se. So you'd want to watch ICP, or in your truck, it would be fuel rail pressure commanded versus actual. That's something that I watch on my 6.7 Power Stroke. Like, we don't always need battery voltage. It's just something you might want to monitor if you're having an issue. This truck sits more than it's driven, so those are weak. I'll be the first to admit that. I'm going to drive it today, so I figured I'd get it out and show you guys this stuff. Now we're going to go over an SCTX4 and what it can monitor and what it can show you and how to set it up. The live wire would be similar. I don't have any live wires open, and I don't think I'm going to open one for this. Needless to say, the live wire would set up similar to the Edge. If you've watched previous videos, for a 6.0 Power Stroke, it's crucial to be able to see ICP voltage and exhaust back pressure. You can also see Thickum sync and cam and crank sensor sync, I think, if I recall correctly, with a proper update on the Edge. So when you're wanting to see the most information for your 6.0 Power Stroke, as awesome as SCT is for tuning the 6.0 Power Stroke, and that's what we recommend, for monitoring system, we recommend the Edge. And you can get a package deal on our website that gives you a little bit of a discount. You get an Edge CTS3 as a monitor, and then you get yourself an SCTX4. That's the best combo. That's what I use on every 6.0 I have, and I've got quite a few of these dang things. We run them, test them, so obviously we're gonna have a few, so that way we can try things out for our customers and show you what works and what doesn't work. So now I'm gonna grab my SCTX4 and we're gonna plug it in, and I'm gonna show you guys what that can watch. First, I'm gonna show you, this is just as if you had opened up the box. Okay, let's go to gauges and data log. We're gonna go to configuration, and we need to scroll through here and find our year, make, model truck. This SCT works on a lot of vehicles. So we got the Ford Gas 07 prior years, Gas 08 newer, non-US 11 and prior years, 6.7 diesel, and then we got our 6.0 and our 7.3 diesel right there. So we're loading that right now. Now, I like to set it up where my gauges are sideways, and I notice that I've already got it set that way, but I'll show you guys how to do that. Right here is your button, and if you click the that button on the when it's sideways, which if it's up and down, you would click the down button. But you can go in here and select Gauge Layout button, and then go through this and select which one you would like. I like the landscape version because if it's up on the windshield, I'm gonna have it sitting like that anyways. But up here we have, so first things first, I see that I have coolant temp over there on the right hand side, so I'm gonna take this one. I'm gonna change this guy to engine oil temp, because that's crucial. I want those side by side. I'm gonna take this guy, barometric pressure in kilograms. You can watch that if you like. But I'm gonna put my transmission fluid temp right underneath my other temps. I'm gonna keep engine load there. Well, engine load's nice because it lets you know things ahead of time. So if you notice that your engine load is running a little excessive compared to previous times, then it lets you know that there's a problem. The other awesome thing is, and you can go in here and change this, the one thing that is frustrating is you can only see 8 things at once. So you have command and gear, you have exhaust back pressure. Well, see how that says exhaust back pressure? And we go through here and we put it in PSI. So that's not reading correct. Yes, you can do a calculation and probably figure that out to where it's supposed to be, but it doesn't read accurately, and that's frustrating. So for some reason it doesn't read accurately. When your truck is custom tuned, we scale the ICP sensor. So when it's custom tuned, that won't read accurately. Right now my truck is not custom tuned. This truck has been sitting, I'm gonna put it on right now. So if you're tuned, that will show an incorrect amount. Whenever a customer calls me and asks me, hey, I've got this going on, or that going on with my high pressure oil system, or I have a crank no start, but it shows me 270 PSI, and when I crank I'm getting to 600. Well, you need to take that 270 and deduct it from 600, and that's what you're actually getting. So I always recommend that you return your truck back to stock. If you have a high pressure oil leak, i.e. a crank no start when hot or cold, it's always best to return the truck to stock configuration, stock ECM configuration, when testing for those problems, because you can't see true ICP until it's back to stock. So we've got our setup right here. I've got boost, ICP. Obviously, I know that doesn't work correctly. You can watch ICP duty cycle. That's going to give you a decent idea of how healthy your truck is. You can watch injector pulse width to see what your truck is achieving for injector pulse width. Those are good things to watch. Never a bad thing to just kind of familiarize yourself with it. You can watch VGT duty cycle. Remember this right here. VGT duty cycle is only what we are commanding the turbo to do, not what it is actually doing. The reason being is there is no vane position sensor on a 6.0 Power Stroke, so it can't see what you're actually commanding it to, what it's actually doing. You can only see what it's commanding to be done. So even if it's commanding 0.84, which is closed, and your truck is not whistling, that means that there is a good chance that you have a problem with an EVP sensor or the harness from your VGT from the commanding from the PCM to the turbo. Let's see, what other one can we talk about? We got engine oil temp, command and gear, battery voltage. Yeah, that should be pretty much it. If you have an inferred EBP truck, I would watch, so a truck that doesn't use EBP, I would watch this number right here, side by side, airflow pounds per minute, side by side with your VGT duty cycle, and watch them work hand in hand. That's how your non-inferred EBP would work. Alrighty, I think that sums it up, the majority of it. This isn't going to be a really long video anyways. I really just wanted to go over a couple different things with you folks, show you some stuff, what I watch on my trucks. On an SCTX4, the most important things, whoops, just dropped that. Most important thing would be the engine oil temp, coolant temp, transmission temp, engine load. Engine load lets you know when your truck is having an issue. So if you're seeing a 99% engine load and you're going 25 miles an hour in town and barely on the throttle, that means that it's overworking. And there's a reason that it's overworking. Now you get to diagnose why. You can add an EGT probe to this, which is awesome. And in the future, we might be able to add a bigger boost gauge. Working on that right now. Your stock 6.0 can only read 30 PSI from the map sensor. So at elevation, you'll have a negative boost reading key on engine off. It's really beneficial to know what to watch and to know what everything means. Once again, 1-800-577-2698. I think I've said that about 6 times. To sum it up, that is a quick explanation of some things you can watch with your Edge CTS3 or your SCTX4. Yes, there are other devices out there, and you can use this to kind of give you a general rule of thumb of what to watch on all of them. Yes, there's a Torque Pro. Yes, there's an Easy Link app, Bully Dog, Quadzilla. There's a couple other things out there, I'm sure, that I don't even know about. Hopefully this gives you an idea of what to look for, what to watch, and can help you set up your data log experience. Feel free to give us a call with any questions if you'd like to go over some information you're seeing, and click like, subscribe, and follow on our YouTube channel for all kinds of content. Have a blessed day.